Good news. You got your first client?
No, second.
Second client, bragger. And
Yeah.
when you say client, tell me what you mean.
Minty. I'm helping train two people right now. One's in North Carolina, the other's up in Illinois, and I'm pretty excited to test out both of their markets and help them get their business up and running.
And they're paying you in produce and baseball tickets and barbecue. How are you?
Mostly cash, but some baseball tickets as well.
Your kid? I was just joking.
No, yeah. I mean, they're paying me for my knowledge. I've worked hard. I've studied a lot, and I've learned a lot since I've started. So they're compensating me pretty well for it.
And that's kind of a big. My philosophy is that your time, knowledge, and energy are your most valuable natural resources, your commodities. Right. And when someone comes up to you, a total stranger, and just says, "Hi, Tyler. How's this lease option work? What's rent credit? What's option money? Where do I get a lease? How long should the lease be?" And a million questions.
Right.
What did I used to tell me? What do you think old dopey Claude used to do back in the Stone Age?
Oh, you used to spill the beans. Tell them all about it without ever agreeing to anything up front.
Yeah. You don't answer. You ask when you get a question. You answer with a question with
right.
a lot of finesse. You got to do it in such a way they don't see what you're doing, and you want to find out: is there a need or greed? Is there a motivation, a psychological trigger that they want to take an action today?
Yeah.
Then you find that need, create the need, make it worse, throw some gasoline on the fire. Then you qualify for the money and everything, and boom, now you're remarketing. Yourself, and I'm a big believer in this. I think people, the best teacher in the world is someone who's out in the field like yourself, doing the deals, making mistakes. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
And you teach your mistakes, and now you're shortening the learning curve for them.
Tremendously. Yeah. I mean, if it's so important to have somebody to be able to ask questions to and mentor you in this business.
Yeah.
Some people they go off to college and they pay for a degree. Well, I'd rather pay for an education through an investor or a mentor, somebody that's been there and done that.
But don't you agree? It's got to be. How do I say this correct? I think it's got to be someone genuine and sincere. I'm not trying to be a goody two shoes here, but going to a seminar and hearing an eloquent, motivating guru who never talks to you, who would never return your phone call, and he hands you over to some third-party commercial firm or someone he hired, I don't know if you're getting what you just described. I don't think you're getting it.
No. Definitely not. I mean, you want someone that's going to be able to pick your phone call up if you have an important question to ask, you're trying to close a deal out. You don't want to jump through hoops just to get somebody on the phone. So,
now, good for you. And that's what I had, and I hope that's what you had.
Yeah, exactly.
And to me, I've met people like yourself, really sincere, really genuine people. They want to take care of their family. They want to make a reasonable amount of money. They don't have to be rich overnight, but they just want to get to first base. And they need somebody who's going to answer their emails or set up a regular scheduled meeting or something. And they have something genuine to share, some good and bad experiences. They have a system.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I had. And man, I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't have that in my life.
No,
I needed a lot of hand holding.
Yeah, it was a game changer. You can read all the books you want, but you can talk about doing something, but ultimately you gotta get out there. You gotta pick up the phone. You just gotta do it. Apply it.
Yeah, and that's another area. I'm going to just say it. All of the training programs that I see out there, and I'm not trying to be bad mouth or sour grapes or anything. They deal with they're all motivational speakers. They really, John and Mary made this much, and you see the infomercials on TV and everything, and they're enthralling because the greed button is hit. They're raising your emotions.
Yeah.
The trouble is, though, that they never tell you how to do it. There's no sales training. There's no role playing. There's no practice. There's no, and if you don't have that ability to communicate and have a system, it doesn't matter how smart your methodology is, subject to, wholesaling, lease options, doesn't matter what you do.
No.
You got to give good phone, man.
Yeah. You just got to pick it up. You got to get over that fear, the fear of the unknown, and you just got to do it.
And that's a really good point. But to me, the accountability was the best. Knowing, Max, am I doing this right? Did I fill in this contract the right way? Or what do you do when they say this? And after a while, you learn by trial and error experience. You hear some of the same don't you hear the same questions over and over again?
Oh, absolutely. You can almost predict what somebody's going to say over the phone when you get your marketing out there. And, you've heard every different situation from home sellers. It just becomes second nature.
It does. And this is why I love training, because the dark, dirty little secret of training is that while you're teaching, you learn from your students.
Yeah.
I learn every day something new from my students. I really do. I love it because nobody has a monopoly on knowledge.
No.
It's just a question of degrees. Maybe I've done a few more deals than somebody else, so I know a few more things. But then it's like a lot of my students, very contemporary on the technology.
Yeah.
Using this stuff and different application. One of my friends, I'll say it, Joe McCall, made a suggestion to me to use a scheduling software that he was using. And
that's brilliant. I got a chance to use that, and it's amazing.
Well, I got to tell you something. That gives me an extra 10 to 15 hours a week extra that I did not have before, because now I work off a very tighter schedule.
Yeah.
And I think my students like it too, because they know, hey, we got 30 minutes, man. Let's get to it. Let's skip the baseball stories, the fishing stories, and all that junk. Let's just get right down to business. Because their time is valuable also.
Right.
And all of a sudden now my clock gets free after 1 o'clock, let's say. I can make my phone calls, do my deals, do my marketing. I spend an hour every day doing marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Marketing meaning getting people to call me, new videos, new things like that, like you do signs and stuff. Then I need at least 2 to 3 hours a day for return phone calls for new business. And then, I blink at my watch and it's 4:30, 5:30. And man, I got up. I'm getting up earlier and earlier. And time management is so important. So that one little idea I got from Joe cost me, you know how much that application cost me?
$15 a month.
$40 a year.
Wow.
So I'm always learning from my students, getting new ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of an evolving process. And, when you're teaching people about sales and marketing in real estate or whatever, mm-hmm. when you get off the phone teaching, man, you're charged. You're ready for your own phone calls.
Yeah.
So good for you, man. That's really exciting. So you like the teaching end of this business?
Yeah, it's it's good. It's definitely really nice to pick up a couple students, and I don't know if you're marketing this video on YouTube.
I with your permission, I will.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, because I was going to get into some of the details, and I didn't want to put that out there.
No, we'll shut it off. I'll shut it off right now.